Feel the pulsing of the energy of creation. Silent, steady, slow, in the dark and the deep. While earth waits, feel the pulse, feel the energy of God. Feel the pulsing of God in the darkness of night, as the morning breaks forth in a shimmer of light. Feel the pulse, feel the energy, feel the beat. Feel the pulsing of God in the labor of birth, parting waters to watch the arrival of earth. Feel the pulse, feel the energy of God. Feel the pulsing of God in the brown and the green, stirring seeds from the soil so the bush can be seen. Feel the pulse, feel the pulsing of the energy of God. Good friends, we are co-creators with God, and sometimes we doubt that we are. The energy of God flows in and through, around, sustains, nurtures, abides in us. The energy of God is an awesome presence that sometimes we fail to sense or see or notice or feel, yet we live in relationship with a God whose love is deep and profound. We are the love of God. As we love children, our grandchildren, as we see in them the potential for life and all its blessings, God sees in us the potential that God dreams for each of us. We are co-creators. Sometimes on this earthly journey, we feel as if we have nothing to offer and that everything around us overwhelms, hijacks, overtakes our life. And every one of us, if we are honest, knows that there have been moments, seasons in our lives when our lives have indeed been overtaken, overwhelmed, and hijacked by the pain, by the anger, by the negative, by the awesome emptiness that sometimes enters in to our being. Today we talk about the power and the gift of God's creative energy, an energy that is present, an energy that is poured into us from our very first breath, an energy that is intended to give us fullness, meaning, purpose, a reason, a dream. We are co-creators, and we must never surrender to the darkness, to the negative, to the emptiness. We must never let go of the gift of love, compassion, understanding, the energy of God. Because when we understand that we are co-creators, we grab hold of life and begin to discern the path that God has planned for each of us, because God knows each of us intimately, as God knows all the gifts of creation. We too, every one of us, is a gift of God's creative energy. Today we stand at the beginning of a new program year in the life of our congregation, and it's a time when we gather with a sense of enthusiasm and purpose, and we vividly see in front of us the opportunity and the potential to change the world in the gift of life, in our children, in our grandchildren, and we yearn for them to experience the goodness and the fullness of life that God intends for us, for them, and for this faith family. We must never accept that life is something we have to manage. Life is something we need to dream. We must never accept that life delivers one blow after another of disappointment. We need to remember that God intends to redeem. We must never be in that valley, that void of emptiness and discouragement. Even though we all visit there, we cannot stay there, because God intends to nourish and fulfill. Each of us has been created with a purpose. Each of us has been created for a reason. Each of us has a dream to live. When we think about God's creative energy, when we think about the gift of God's remarkable universe, contemplate this ancient story from the canon of Israel. A story that is partly Jewish and partly the understanding of other cultures of what it meant to begin and bring order to one's life. And so as we read the ancient literature of the world's civilizations, we discover in all the stories of all the